The first king we are going to look at is Jaden Man. In Wembu's last video, where he runs from the law, he ends getting cooked by Deputy Ace's squadron only for Jaden Man to come from the middle of nowhere and destroy the law. He then goes on to say,
the law doesn't cover the Great Sea,
and we witness an entire civilization, and as he mentioned, the law doesn't cover the Great Sea, it's safe to say that Jaden Man is the king of the Great Sea. I will talk about this more later when I get into my predictions. But the second king we are going to look at is ClownPierce. In Parrot's treasure arc, we see him go into the nether to see that ClownPierce has taken the nether dimension for himself, killing anyone who dares to enter, and monopolizing all the nether resources for himself. I think that it is quite obvious that he is the king of the nether, as there is no one close to competing with him for such power. This next one does seem a bit weird, but in Wembu's Invisible Night arc, he gets trapped by Boosfer in the nether, and they fall into what we know as the Forgotten Dimension. And in that video, there is about 4 leaders who can break blocks and freely operate in that dimension. However, Wembu killed some of them at the end of the video, but I didn't see who remained. However, this dimension has a lot of potential for future videos, as it seems unlikely that unstable creators would introduce such a sophisticated dimension just to never go back to it again. I have seen theories saying that because at the end of that same video, there is a cinematic shot on a gold block, and theories suggest that the block can bring people back to life, which can set up for a whole new arc. Things like Wi-Fi's coming back, or even Rejoice. Before we get into the next one, let me quickly clear up, for those who may not understand. If you look at the Unstable Creators channels and go to playlists, you'll see their latest playlist says King's Arc, and I'm saying who I think the kings of certain places are. Next king we will look at is King of the End. This will be MCYT, although he calls himself the Guardian of the End in Wembu's latest video. He seems quite reluctant, as he says he wants what's best for the end, and if that means surrendering the dimension, then he might have to. I don't think MCYT will let the end go so easily, and additionally there's what you could say, the Queen of the End Island being Marlowe. As we see, she does come out from the End Islands one time to assassinate Rasplin, who is a very skilled player who plotted to steal the treasure of the mafia tomb. Next, we got quite a forgotten one, and probably not very involved in this storyline, but could potentially play a part in the story. And that is the king of the farlands being Serpentbound. Wembu might find someone to build him an ender pearl cannon to get himself back to the farlands. But when he is there, he is met by Serpentbound, and maybe I know it sounds crazy, a revived lake wreck. He may have a saga with them again and could either just kill them like last time, or maybe truce with them somehow. Now lastly, the one you guys have probably been waiting for, the king of the normal overworld across thousands of blocks, is not decided yet, but currently under the control of Lettuce K. As we haven't gotten the results from the election yet, but a theory I thought of is that Parrot will run for king, and maybe challenge him. However, Lettuce's masses of men will end up choosing him anyway, although there is many weak points to Lettuce's run, as he is responsible for leading 1,000 players to kill only 2 players, only for them to all die, and he let his most valuable part of his campaign go, which was the execution of Wembu. However, we know that he escaped. So even though the true king is decided, yet I think it might end with Parrot being king, but not truly being king, but his effort to bring the server back to peace, as having one leader control the majority of the server has proven to be catastrophic in the past, that being the mafia. Now is time for some fantasies and predictions. I think that Lettuce will continue to try and grow his land across the server until he tries to go to the nether, only to be confronted by ClownPierce, which could lead to a conflict or war of some sorts. And again, concerning the overall king, I think that after watching Wembu and Flamefrag's most recent video, a player being Deputy Ace is seen going after Flame on his own, and even though Lettuce said if Flame is out of a 50,000 block radius, he will leave him alone. This shows Deputy Ace's quest for his own power, which could lead to the law splitting up internally, maybe also leading to a civil war and potentially the end of the law. I think that the law might end up temporarily taking over the end. I think it would be the coolest thing if all kings of all places came together to take down the law. And I also think that regarding Wembu going back to the farlands, I think one of the unstable creators will follow him. And depending on who will use the resources for different things, like Parrot might use it in his efforts to save the server, Spoke will use it to give himself unlimited power and flame. Frags will probably use the farlands items the same way Wembu did. That's all for now. And I know I said this video would be about Spoke, but after Wembu's last video, we get a glimpse of him going crazy after his assassination attempt on Leowook, and also his ability to maneuver the law's prison.